Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Ronan. I make a lot of vlogs and product and tech reviews, and in today's video I want to talk about the iPhone 13 Pro. So I have beside me here my iPhone XS, and I've been using this since 2018. Bought it brand new in 2018, got it as an upgrade on my phone plan, and been using it ever since. And to be honest, this has been a fantastic phone. It's been probably the best iPhone that I've ever had, and I really loved it. But in the last couple of months, it's kind of been dying. It's not working right at all anymore. It's getting really slow for things like text input. There's a huge amount of lag, and it just decides to make up words when I'm typing or change to a different keyboard. And that's only one of the many things that it's kind of not really doing right anymore. So I decided it was time to upgrade. And the phone I got was the iPhone 13 Pro. So this is the iPhone 13 Pro in graphite, and it is the 256 gigabyte configuration. And just before we open this up and take it out of the box, I just want to let you guys know that all of the time codes are in the description below. So if there's a section that you guys want to jump ahead to, just check out the description and you'll find it there. Last year, when Apple announced the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro, I thought the iPhone 12 Pro in graphite was one of the most beautiful pieces of technology I had ever seen. And this year, when the iPhone 13 Pro came out, I was delighted to see that Apple didn't really change the form factor at all. So this looks almost identical to last year's model. Couple of little differences, I'll get into those in a second. But I was just really happy to see that this phone was basically the same design as last year's, because I just love that design. So I've talked about it for long enough. I suppose the only thing left to do now is to open this up and see what it's like out of the box. So straight away, we've got these two little pull tabs here and here. So it's great that these are no longer in plastic. It just means that all this packaging is completely recyclable. Wow. So this is beautiful. This is the iPhone 13 Pro in graphite, which is basically space gray. And just take this, and it is just gorgeous. So again, it has like a paper screen protector on the front, which I'm just about to peel off now. That is so nice. So this is hands down the best looking iPhone I have ever had. Stunning. And then in here we have our charging cable. So as you've come to expect with iPhones, this is a lightning connector, and then on this end it's a USB Type-C. So I now have a few of these cables, but Apple are moving away from the old USB Type-A to USB Type-C chargers with these. There's no charging brick with the iPhone, and that's been the case for quite a while now. That's just to, I think, cut down on costs and cut down on packaging. And then in here, we have our SIM eject tool, which is the same SIM eject tool that's come with, I think, pretty much every iteration of the iPhone ever. We have some manuals and stuff, and the usual Apple sticker. So there's just one Apple sticker here, which is more than I'll need. That is pretty much everything that comes the iPhone 13 Pro in the box. So this is the iPhone 13 Pro, and this is what it looks like next to my XS. It's a little taller, definitely taller, and definitely a little bit thicker. It feels like it's a good bit thicker, just because this has flat edges and this has rounded edges. So the rounded edges make this feel much slimmer than it actually is. And then in terms of weight, this is absolutely unscientific. I'm just weighing this in my hands. I'm not feeling a huge difference in the weight here. It's kind of got like a matte finish on the back, and it's glossy around the three cameras here. And then the bezel of the phone is really shiny and really prone to smudging and fingerprints. Yeah, it's really nice. Then the volume up and down buttons are exactly as you would expect. They're really nice to press, and same with the power button, it's really nice to press as well. Okay, so I'm going to put my SIM card from my old phone into my new phone, and I'm going to turn this on and see if there's any power in it. SIM card just goes in here, in here. So now I'll just turn this on and hopefully there's some power in it. And just while I'm setting everything up, I can tell you straight away that inputting on the keyboard with this phone is so much better than it was on my old phone. I haven't mistyped anything yet. I've only put in one email address and one password though, so you know, it's early days. I just want to run through some of the immediate differences between my new phone and my old phone. In terms of the color, this graphite is a much lighter gray than it is on the back of this phone, than the space gray, but it's actually really, really nice. It's a much nicer looking color than the older phone. So that's the first thing I can say straight away. In terms of just how this feels in your hand, I feel like this one is a tiny bit heavier than this one, but not much. But what I will say about it is that because it's got the flat edges, very much like Elaine's iPhone 13 that I had in my last unboxing video, this is much easier to hold in your hand because of these flat edges than the older phones with the rounded edges are. The other thing, just like Elaine's iPhone, this one, the earpiece is right at the very top, just between the bezel and the screen, whereas on the iPhone XS, it sits kind of in the middle of the notch. Whereas again, with this phone, the notch is primarily just for your forward-facing camera and all of your Face ID sensors, proximity sensors and those kinds of things. Because of that, Apple have actually been able to make the notch a little bit smaller on this year's phone than on previous phones that had the notch. So now I just want to go through some of the technical specifications of the new phone really quickly. So I didn't get this phone directly from Apple. I bought it from my mobile provider. So I did get it under contract, which meant that it was at a reduced price. But if you buy the phone from Apple, it starts at €1,179 on the Irish store. It's available in 4 colors. It comes in Sierra Blue, it comes in silver, it comes in gold, and it comes in the graphite, which is what I have here. It also comes in 4 storage options. So you get 128 gigabytes, you get the 256 gigabyte option, which is what I have here. Comes in a 512 gigabyte option, and the maximum storage that is available with the iPhone 13 Pro is a whopping 1 terabyte of storage, which is huge for a phone. Some of the other reasons that I opted to go for this phone is that it has a much better screen than my old phone, which means that like it's brighter, it's more responsive, it has a much higher refresh rate, so it's a much nicer display. This phone also, like in terms of processing power, it has Apple's latest A15 Bionic processor, which is the same processor that's in my iPad mini, and I have to say that thing is lightning fast. Like it really is it's so crisp and so nice to use, and everything it's so snappy, and I'm really excited just to have that experience on my phone. And then for me, another big thing with this phone is it's actually 5G enabled, so this will be my first time ever having a phone with 5G, and I'm excited to use 5G. I don't actually know what the 5G coverage is like in Ireland at the moment. I think it's patchy enough, if I'm being honest. But I am excited to make the most of 5G when it's available, and I can't wait to kind of see what kinds of speeds that I can get when I have access to 5G. And then one other thing that I'm really, really excited about with this phone is that it comes with MagSafe. So last year's iPhone 12 had MagSafe, the iPhone 13 has MagSafe, and so does the iPhone 13 Pro. MagSafe, for anyone who doesn't know, is that the phone has a magnet in here. So if you're using any MagSafe compatible devices, they will magnetize to the back of the phone. So for me, where I really see myself using that a lot is I probably will end up ultimately investing in some MagSafe compatible wireless chargers. So it means that the phone will just snap onto the charger in the right place. Because one thing I did find with this phone when I was charging it wirelessly is you would have to put the phone down exactly right or it wouldn't charge properly. And sometimes you would lay the phone flat on the charging pad and you would think it's charging, and then you'd wake up in the morning and realize that your battery was nearly dead. So that was really annoying. That won't happen if I'm using a MagSafe compatible charger with this phone. Another thing that I don't necessarily see myself using straight away, but there are a number of other MagSafe compatible accessories. For example, you can buy magnetic battery packs that snap onto the back of your phone. So I think that's really cool. Another thing is Apple have a wallet that magnetizes onto the back of the phone as well. So you can keep a couple of cards stuck to the back of your phone, which is great. So it means like you can have, like, say, your bank card or your driver's license always with you when you have your phone. So I just think there's a couple of really good uses that I can see for MagSafe, but for me, a lot of it is actually down to the convenience of just knowing that your phone is charging when you want it to be charged. Not something that I'm going to be rushing out today to upgrade all of my accessories to MagSafe compatible accessories, but I think as I kind of go forward with this phone, I probably will upgrade some of those accessories over time. And finally, one last thing that I'm really excited for with this phone is the wide angle lens. So when I got this phone, I was really excited that I had the standard camera lens that's been on iPhones for a long time. And then we had a zoom lens on this phone as well, which was really nice. This phone, however, keeps both of those lenses, but it adds the same wide angle lens that Elaine has on her iPhone 13. And to be honest with you, I can see so many amazing uses for that lens, and definitely for stuff that I'll use on this channel, particularly if I'm out vlogging, that kind of thing, that wide angle lens is going to be a huge bonus. And I think it's probably going to be a bit more usable, and I'll definitely find more uses for it than I find for the zoom lens that this camera has. So yeah, I'm really excited to play with that and see just kind of the different types of shots that I can get from that ultra wide lens that comes on this phone. And then obviously there's all of the other things that you would expect with a new iPhone. Like, it has stronger glass. If you drop it, I will be putting a case on it, so I'm not going to take the risk, but it has stronger glass front and back if you drop it than any previous iPhone model. It comes with better battery life and all of the usual standard things that you would expect when you buy a new phone. So that is all I'm going to say about the iPhone 13 Pro in this unboxing video. I really just wanted to give you guys a sense of what it's like out of the box and kind of what you get when you open it. So that is all I'm going to do for this video. I hope you've liked this video. If you do, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in my next video.